Yesterday ended with the sale of the Fujitsu Exprimo Q558. I thought that was actually the end of the day, but when I got home, I was shocked to see that this bad boy here is actually killing it. Believe me when I say it's killing it, it's selling like wildfire. 3 of these PCs pretty much sold yesterday. Decent price, decent transactions. I didn't get any email asking me in what conditions the PC were. As a matter of fact, the PC is in a very, very good condition. These 3 bad boys here, the first one sold for 224 euros, second one sold for 224 euros, and the third one pretty much sold for 422 euros. This is a very beautiful transaction, and the beautiful thing is that this PC right here, it's already in a very, very good condition, so I do not actually have to do a lot. All I have to do is to make sure the PC is opened, dust the inside, because I always want to keep my PCs looking very fresh and clean, and as soon as I do that, I'm going to set the PC up and make sure that this PC is already set up to be shipped out to the new buyer. It's amazing because I wasn't expecting this, because typically on Fridays, you do not tend to see a lot of transactions. People just want to close from work and go home. From my experience, people kind of do a lot of shopping on Saturday evenings when they're already like relaxed, they've gone out, they are back home, and they just want to prepare themselves for the new week. Saturday evening up to Sunday evening, I typically tend to see a lot of orders, but this kind of shocked me, but it is what it is. You never can tell when items will sell. As a matter of fact, you have to be prepared at all time, because if you have committed to selling used pieces like this, they can actually sell at any given time. And this is also saying a very big respect to this platform we call eBay. A lot of people tend to look down on this platform. Guys, this platform is far from being dead. If you do the right thing, you have decent offers like this set up, definitely there's going to be somebody out there in the world taking a look at it. And when they see this offer and it meets their need, they are going to buy it. Enough of the talking. We are going to get back to action now, because we've got a lot of things to do today. These 3 pieces have to be shipped out. The Fujitsu Exprimo Q558 Mini also has to be shipped out. As a matter of fact, this is one PC I haven't been selling for quite a long time, but now that it's sold, I have to do what I have to do to make sure that the PC is sent out today. So in total, as at now, it's just about 14 o'clock. I already have like 4 decent pieces to send out. This is not the end of the show. It's also possible that between now and when things are set up, we will still have some more orders. This is absolutely a very decent PC. The last time I saw this PC was, I think, like 2 or 3 months ago. So it's not something I sell all the time, but I would say it's a very beautiful PC, clean condition. Everything appears to be very, very intact. It's a Fujitsu mini PC. Just take a look at it. Looking very cute, very sweet. I'm just going to open it. Not so sure if I remember correctly what the buyer actually wants on this PC. I'm just going to take a look so that I can also quickly set this up. Like I said, it was a little bit difficult. I guess it was sticky because for so long it probably wasn't opened. So I'm just going to bring that out also to take a look at the inside. Wow, everything seems so stuck. Wow, this is also a very beautiful PC. It's a mini PC, and there are so many things you can actually go ahead to do here. Right here is an NVMe SSD. Just going to quickly take a look at what the buyer actually wants on this PC. I think 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, as well as 512 gigabytes of NVMe SSD. So one thing I will normally do is that on this kind of PC, I'm going to go ahead and just give a new SSD right there. Given that I got a very decent deal on this product, so it's not difficult for me to actually, pop in a new SSD right here, because sometimes I just want to be sure that whoever is getting this PC is actually getting the best. This screwdriver is too big. I wouldn't want to destroy anything. The last video I made a mess of an SSD because I actually used the wrong screwdriver. So let's have to get the right ones. I'm going to go ahead and take this out just like that. And unfortunately, this SSD is being blocked by the processor fan. So gently, I still have to take that out just like that. All right. If you're taking out the fan, just be careful so that you do not end up unplugging it, because if you unplug it, you may not notice it at first, but later on, there's going to be all sorts of problems. Okay. This is actually a 256 gigabyte SSD. This is not what I need. So this is exactly what I need. So all I have to do is just to replace that. And in this case, everything appears to be in place once again. So don't forget your SSD screw just like that. All right. And then I'm going to return the processor fan right there. Okay. It's going to make a little clip, and as soon as it clips in, you will definitely notice it because the two clips are just on the side and there's just no way you can miss that. This is a beautiful PC. It's very dusty inside, so I can actually go ahead now that the PC is opened, make sure everything is blown out and PC is as good as new. All right. Okay, now that is done, I have to go ahead and couple the PC just exactly the same way I had opened it. It's a beautiful thing because on this PC, you actually have the possibility to also install, another SSD right here if you so choose, or you could also decide to put a HDD, a 2.5-inch HDD right here. It's a very beautiful PC, very practical, actually gives you the possibility to do a lot of stuff. So how was this the last time? I'm not so sure right now, but just have to be careful. So it was like that. This had to come in here somehow, just like that. And this comes right there. For some funny reason, I tend to prefer the mini PCs that have very simple, lock systems. This is a little bit complicated. Okay, this time around was a little bit easy to close up. And then behind this PC, just here, I think the RAM sticks are also hiding here somehow. Just to take a look at what's there. Right here is an 8 GB of DDR4 RAM, but I need 16 GB on this PC. So what I have to do is to take that out and then get some decent RAM sticks. See, I've got these Vengeance RAM sticks all along in the warehouse. I never actually used it. I got them some time ago and it's just been lying around here. I think this may be the best time to actually go ahead and use them because if items just keep lying here for so long, then it actually amounts to leakage. Like I said in my last video, you need to, as much as you can, reduce every form of leakages that you have in your business. This is 16 GB RAM models right now on this PC. I'm just going to go ahead, close that back, and then we are ready to roll. All right. So now it looks like this. Everything is done. Decent transaction. And I'm kind of hoping that this PC sells again because I still got like 2 of these in the warehouse. Hopefully we should be able to pull this off once again. Yesterday, I did bring back home 2 HP EliteDesk 800 G4 small form factor PC. I'm just going to take a look and see EliteDesk 800 G4 SFF. All right. So my initial thought on this PC was that I'm going to be, breaking them up and just taking it for parts because when I took a look at them when I was still outside, I pretty much thought that this PC was actually, looking not in the very best condition because there were scratches on the side. And sometimes I pretty much do not like to send out things like this whenever there are so many signs of use. I just want to pass the PC in, take out the important parts and then throw away whatever is left because sometimes when people want to buy these PCs, they are pretty much expecting, PCs in very, very good condition. But then on a second thought, when I took a look at this PC again, I went online, take a look at the prices. This PC wasn't so cheap like I was expecting. I see 199 euros. I see 329 euros, 120 euros. I see 210 euros. So I thought to myself, if these PCs can actually be well described, I can actually make more money if I sell this PC as a whole. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and set up an offer, describing the PC, telling whoever is going to land in my shop that this PC you are about to buy is a PC that is in a very, very good, technical condition, but optically, they are signs of use. So don't expect to buy this PC and expect to receive, a new PC, a PC that has not been used. These particular ones have usage signs. And for me to actually, encourage somebody to actually go ahead and buy it, I'm just going to make sure I play very fair with the prices so that whoever is going to receive it is going to perhaps say, of course, this is a very good PC. Technically, it's excellent. But for the price, I really do think I have gotten a good offer. Yes, ideally, this is not something I want to do. Customer called me wanting me to ship out the item as soon as possible. Yes, it's still within my powers, but ideally, this is not what I want to do. And this is just a lesson for me. So whenever I'm actually working, I have to actually switch off my phone because I do not want customers calling me in this time to want to change things in the middle of, a transaction. But then sometimes it's also good to have your phone because somebody might actually change his or her mind and want to just give you, a little hint that, hey, I do not want this PC anymore. This is the reason why I have to hold my phone. So I'm driving out to the post office. Luckily, the post office is not so far from me. It's just going to take me about, going and coming, let's say 10, 15 minutes. So I should be able to pull that off and still quickly go back to the warehouse. Otherwise, I'm going to be late for this main shipment, which I do not want to happen. Yes, the time is so tight, but then I will be able to pull this off. Hopefully, I should still be able to come back and just do the other things I have to do. Today has been very, very successful. Honestly speaking, I didn't expect that it will go down so good like it did. Apart from this call that just kind of changed things a little bit, just a little bit, because it wasn't so, it wasn't a big problem. Driving to the post office and back again to the warehouse just took me about 6 kilometers, which is going to and fro, so not a lot of expenses, but then I'm happy, I'm satisfied that I was able to actually, make a customer happy, because this is the exact thing that we are here for. We are actually, trying to see how we can, as much as it depends on us, make our customers happy. People are happy to buy things from us when they know that the item is going to be delivered in record time. Nobody wants to wait so long forever to get an item delivered. But then I'm happy, I'm satisfied. There wasn't anything that was left undone. 2 days ago, it was much, much more difficult because it was either the SSD wasn't coming out, the PC had some little issues, but today everything went absolutely the way I planned it. And there are some days like this, when days like this come, we are just grateful. But then this transaction I told you guys about, I was supposed to go and check it out. PC is about 40 kilometers one way. So that would have meant me driving, 100, 80 kilometers to and fro. And then I completely forgot that my kids have table tennis classes today and they have to be picked up at 8 o'clock and I have to pick them up. So what I did do, I just called my contact. I called him and said, look, today is a little bit very, very tight. The information got to me too late. It was just impossible for me to actually, process all these things. But then I did tell him that tomorrow I'm going to be there at about 15 o'clock and we are going to sit down, take a look at the PCs. I'm hoping that the drive will not be a wasted effort, that I will get there. The PCs are going to be in the best conditions, because when they are PCs not actually in the best conditions, I really do not want to deal, because now I understand that the market is very sensitive, to used items. People want to, buying used item in itself is already something. People do not want to also buy a used item that's got so many signs of use. So I just hope that everything's going to be like my contact has told me. And honestly, I've actually dealt with this guy before. So I have absolutely no reason whatsoever to be having a second thought over this transaction. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go there, take a look, see for myself. If it works, we're going to deal. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to pass. But then, if you are still sitting on the fence right now, it's still very possible that you are not putting in the effort that you need to put in to begin to flip pieces for profit. This, my friends, is just the time that you need to begin to, take action. You see, it's not going to wait for you. This market is not going to be waiting for you. You might be foot dragging now. You don't want to take any action. You are still thinking, how do I even set out to start flipping pieces for profit? I have made a one-on-one call that you can actually go ahead and book. Give me a call. Let me know what those things are that are kind of holding you back. Honestly speaking, I am currently doing this, and I can say that this is a very decent business that you can actually pull off, even from your garage, from your kitchen. But then you have to be seasoned. Of course, these are things you can figure out yourself. As a matter of fact, I'm putting out a lot of content that if you are smart about it, you can actually, take a look, put one-on-one together and actually see, how this whole thing is done. But this was exactly what I did. But then it cost me almost 10 years just trying to figure things out. So if I were to do it again, I'll pretty much just, hook up with somebody that's currently doing what I want to do, ask a few questions, see if the business in itself is something for me, because at the end of the day, a business has to, match your life situations. Not all businesses will be right for you, If you have kids, if you are married, if you are single, there are so many variations, there are so many layers to these things. And talking over with somebody that actually does this thing might be a very good way for you to kind of, check the waters, see if it is something for you. So today is pretty much done. It's about 19 o'clock now. I'm kind of tired, so I'm just going to go home, freshen up, think through all what has happened today, think through the transactions. If anything is not right, it's still very possible to actually stop deliveries. But when it's already 2 days after you've sent your items, it's very hard, to stop deliveries if for a one reason or the other something, is not right. So this is exactly where we'll be leaving it today. Tomorrow, we're going to be dealing items I've sold. Going to be taking a look at them tomorrow, of course. It's still towards the goal of flipping used PCs until I buy a house. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and be subscribed. Until I see you again in the next one tomorrow. Peace.